Teacher talking sports, what it does, what do, how we live, and let's continue the series I've been doing, where I name who I believe is the best player in each MLB franchise's history. Their all-time GOAT previously did these for NBA, NFL, and NHL teams. They're in playlists. You can check them out. Going in alphabetical order, today we land on the Philadelphia Phillies. Philadelphia Phillies have been a franchise since 1883, so we have 142 seasons of MLB action. They have won the World Series just twice over all that time. First one coming in 1980 and most recently in 2008. Now, before I reveal who I believe is the GOAT, I've been revisiting the MLB Mount Rushmore as I did about 3 years ago, where I named who I believe are the four best players in each franchise's history. Just seeing if I would make any changes in the time that has passed. I'm keeping the Phillies one the same, so I'm alphabetical order by last name. We have Steve Carlton, one of the great left-handed starters, won 4 Cy Youngs with the Phillies. Robin Roberts pitched 14 years with the Phillies, won 234 games with the team, led the league in strikeouts twice. Mike Schmidt played his entire 18-season career with the Phillies, won 3 NL MVPs. And then Chase Utley, the 6-time All-Star and 4-time Silver Slugger, a member of their most recent World Series winning team in 2008. As mentioned, some honorable mentions include Jimmy Rollins, Ryan Howard, Cole Hamels, Ed Delahanty, Bobby Abreu, Richie Ashburn, Dick Allen, and Chuck Klein. With all these at the end of the video, I take a look at the active roster. So if anyone has a chance to overtake the GOAT, make the Mount Rushmore be an honorable mention. But in the end, I decided that the best player in Philadelphia Phillies history is arguably the greatest third baseman of all time, Michael Jack Schmidt. I mean, Steve Carlton, incredible left-handed starter, but had to go with Schmidt. As I mentioned, played his whole 18 seasons career with the Phillies, spanning from 1972 to 1989. Won 3 MVPs back-to-back in 1980 and 81. Also won in 1986. Twice finished third in MVP voting. Sixth twice, seventh, 10th, 14th, and 16th in his career. Schmidt won 10 gold gloves, including 9 in a row from 1976 to 1984. He also won 6 Silver Sluggers in his career, 12-time All-Star. Let's take a look at his season-by-season numbers via his baseball reference. So for his career, batted .267 with a .908 OPS, 148 OPS plus, 548 homers, 1,595 RBIs, 1,506 runs, 2,234 hits. Also stole 174 bases. So one of the all-time great power hitters from the third base position. Schmidt led the NL in homers 8 times. He had a total of 13 of his 18 seasons where he connected on more than 30 homers. Led the league in RBIs 4 times. He had a total of 8 seasons with at least 100 RBIs, 7 seasons with at least 100 runs, led the league in runs in 1981, walked a ton, 1,507 times, 4 times led the league in walks, stole quite a bit to begin his career, actually had a career high 29 stolen bases in 1975. As I mentioned, 10-time Gold Glove winner. Throughout his prime was one of the greats. And while defensive WAR is not perfect, he had a positive defensive WAR in 16 of his 18 seasons of his career. As mentioned, Schmidt was a member of the 1980 team that, of course, won the franchise's first World Series, and he was named World Series MVP. That was a 6-game series victory over the Kansas City Royals, where he went 8 for 26 for 381 average, 2 homers, 7 RBIs, walked more 4 times than he struck out 3. So also made the World Series 3 years later, but they lost to the Baltimore Orioles. So, as I mentioned, Schmidt played his whole career with the Phillies, was a first ballot Hall of Famer in 1995, receiving 96.5% of the vote. When you take a look at his career rankings, Schmidt places 73rd all time in runs, 16th in homers, 39th in RBIs, 18th in walks. You know, maybe the batting average isn't supremely high, but it's all right because still had a great on base percentage. I didn't even mention he led the NL in on base percentage 3 straight years from 1981 to 1983. Also led the league in slugging percentage 5 times, OPS 5 times. So yes, he drew a bunch of walks, so still a well above average 380 on base percentage. Mike Schmidt, just a legendary third baseman. Again, could definitely be argued whether he is the best third baseman of all time, but in my eyes, I have to say he is the best Philadelphia Philly of all time. Let me know in the comments if you agree, disagree, do agree with the Mount Rushmore. So, as I mentioned with all these, I take a look at the active roster, see if anyone, maybe I don't expect anyone to surpass Schmidt, but could someone make the Mount Rushmore be an honorable mention? Honestly, the fourth guy on the Mount Rushmore is probably Utley. And there was a case for a few other guys to be on there. But anyhow, when looking at the active roster, we have Bryce Harper, who's now played 6 seasons with the Phillies and accumulated 152 homers with a 149 OPS plus. Definitely could be an honorable mention guy. It'd be hard to make the Mount Rushmore. Otherwise, really, I mean, Zach Wheeler came late to the Phillies. He's pitched 5 seasons for him now. 59 and 32 with a 2.94 ERA. Aaron Nola has been a Phillies lifer, has 104 wins and a 3.70 ERA. Those guys can be honorable mentions. Probably going to be hard for any of them to become a Mount Rushmore guy unless they were to win a World Series or two. I mean, the Phillies have been a very good team, but haven't been able to win that World Series in more than a decade and a half. But stay tuned for tomorrow. I will be doing the Pittsburgh Pirates. Anyhow, don't forget to subscribe. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend, subscribe. Like the video, share the video, hit the bell for notifications. I'm out.